Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech Productions. Today, Bankrupt once again by Nick and Jake.
This time I'm first.
And I'm second.
And today's matchup is Jake taking on Adam. Adam's not here to join us today, but it is Soul Striker taking on Goku Black. I mean, it's kind of like the anime, right? There's buttons, links, check them out. Let's kind of get into this. This is a... Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a list that you kind of saw and you kind of have taken it to your own, under your own wing for your own style.
Yeah, this list is based on the Soul Striker that topped a French regional not too long ago. I'm missing a few of the cards that deck plays, so I'm doing a couple things different. But really, I'm just trying to lean into what that deck really wanted to do, which was be pretty strong defensively and then take advantage of Soul Striker's energy manipulation to grind out the game once you have a lot of energy.
And
Blue on blue, this sounds awful.
the match actually looked pretty interesting watching it back. Goku Black, for those who aren't familiar with it, is from the latest Ultimate deck. It has plenty of ways of ramping energy at the cost of either your life or top deck. And the leader's ability is if you have 2 or more energy, you could take a life, put it into your energy. It sucks when you get the same card back to back though, but it happens.
Hey, turn 3, turn 1, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to go ahead and throw this into the Z, and I will gladly take this life.
Yeah, where Soul Striker can't awaken the way it used to anymore, you have to actually get down to 4 life.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you have self-awakeners in this deck?
I have the Vegeta and the Z to take me from 5 to 3, and then I have things like Dimension Magic, like extra cards that will let me pick up a life here and there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know some people were talking about Hidden Talent Pan, I think. Or Hidden Awaken Pan, one or the other.
Yeah, Hidden Talent Pan, yeah. A lot of people use that. The list I was copying didn't. And a lot of decks this format are pretty eagerly chomping at your life total, and getting starved out isn't really as common this format as it has been in the past. So in my games, at least, the 5 or 6 games I've played with this deck so far, being stuck on 5 life hasn't really been a problem.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of decks these days, they do hit pretty hard and fast, but it's always single strikes until we get to the mid game where you start seeing more bigger pieces and double strikes and stuff. So it's usually hitting hard and quick early and then big boss monsters at the end. So yeah, I don't see going low in life total isn't hard these days.
And some decks like Gohan will reliably deal 3 damage to you on turn 3 or 4, just depending. And you can opt to defend a little bit earlier against decks like that, knowing you're gonna take that damage in the mid game and then be able to awaken.
Real quick,
Oof.
That's a hit. Now, I don't know what ratios Adam plays on super combos, but hopefully he plays at least 1 Zeno. Because I feel like decks where you randomly will ramp life or ramp energy, you have to play at least 1 to 2 Zenos just so you could bring stuff back.
Yeah, we've seen too many things like this too many times.
Blue is such a Zeno is just such a strong effect for what blue wants to do anyway. I personally would run Zeno in just about any blue deck at least a 2 of.
Hey, he got down to 5 at least. So this Zamasu is actually really cool. If I recall correctly, it gains 15k with if Goku Black's underneath it, I think. But it has indestructible, so even if it's just the base 15, it's not going to die unless you use something to reduce its battle power or you blanket skills and whatnot. And I think it restands at the beginning of your opponent, either at the end of your turn or beginning of your opponent's turn, one or the other.
I think it's the beginning of your opponent's main phase.
So it's just a potentially can be a problematic card because it gets a nice little swing and then it gets to stop a big beefy attack.
Yeah, lucky for me, I've got a lot of dual attack and things like that.
Yeah, Piccolo is really good for that for blue. It allowed blue to kind of go from what I felt like was kind of like a mid tier, like when it like the in games to like a very aggro pace.
Yeah, it just gave blue something that was punchy but efficient energy cost wise and card advantage wise. So like there's almost other than the deck space it takes to run Piccolo and Pan, there's really no downside to running this Piccolo. And here, like we were talking about before, I go into the Vegeta, keep myself from getting starved out. Piccolo's been working for us, so we're just gonna go into another one of those. It's so crazy how this card isn't unique. Like that's something I feel like should have been done.
Yeah, I mean initially you're paying 2 to play a 20k dual attack card that initially will pull 2 cards from your deck because Pan is pulled from the deck and then you turn around and draw 1 for Pan as well. Like that's really strong for 2 energy.
Yeah. Or you can give the Piccolo barrier, which is really good in some matchups.
And what's great about that is that when you play Piccolo, because you're using an activate main skill, your opponent has to respond before your auto goes off. So, like, if they don't counterplay it or do anything that could potentially hit it, you go, okay, cool, I'm just going to pull the Pan. And if they were to play something, you're like, cool, I'll just give it barrier.
Yeah.
Flame bullet.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard there.
It's really good for this deck, though, because, like, because it just it puts the card back into active. And so that way it didn't turn around and block again.
Yeah, you just restand your indestructible blocker. Doesn't seem bad to me.
But I do feel like he could have done that a turn earlier, and an attack earlier because that was your last attack, and I feel like yes, it's in the gate that he didn't want to have to combo out of, but it feels like it's a wasted negate almost because now he can't benefit from secondary block.
Right. So in my mind, he was probably like forced to use it there.
Yes.
So I'm thinking at this point of the game that I need to turn on the jets. I need to throw some stuff into the Z energy, get some pressure on the table because either the number or quality of the negates in his hand is going down. And with mass replication on the board, once this Goku Black deck really gets going, it can potentially put enough blockers in my way that once these dual attackers get removed, I just can't get into his life total, even if it is only 1 or 2.
Now, I don't know how, when you see the unit hitting the board, to me it's one of those things where like, okay, this is an extra resource every turn, but you have 20k blockers. I feel like your first swing should always be towards that unison just to get rid of that. Like it won't affect the marker. He's not getting any additional combo space out of that, and then you can turn around and just start focusing on the leader afterwards. What was your kind of mindset seeing this unison?
Typically when I see a unison come down, especially if I don't have to spend energy, I could just only have to spend attacks to remove it. I'll usually do that. This unison can pick up a lot of markers really quickly, so it's pretty important to remove. But if I know myself, normally I would go straight into this unison here, but it looks like I'm still operating under that thesis of he's running low on negates, so I'm just putting everything toward the leader right now.
Yeah, which you in a position right now where you don't have to you don't really have to spend any of your resources since you have so much pressure on board. It's the right call, especially since he's not playing floodgates or anything.
And you can't take the Zamasu, unfortunately, for the Z stack.
Yeah, indestructible, can't be removed from the battle area. Actually charged a blue energy off the top for once. This deck plays black, green, and yellow cards, and very commonly I have to use my Xenos to fix my energy.
I'm gonna say I felt like it may not have happened yet, but I feel like we've seen a super combo already once from you, and that can be very dicey if you with running the Vegeta super combos.
Yeah, I run two Vegeta, two Zeno in this list. Uh, Once this deck really gets going, it's got so much draw power that if you have one in your hand, you probably have the other. And since you only ramp one energy all game, even though there's a decent chance that you will ramp a non-blue energy, um, you can always fix your energy. And the in the name of Hunger 21 actually says you may. So you can like flip the card, see it's green, and just let it go to the drop area.
We didn't talk about this earlier. I do love the interaction between Adam's Unison with this particular leader, because this leader does have an activate main where you choose a Goku Black card in your Z energy and you can put it into your energy, and then in return you take one of your energies, put it back into your drop. But the fact that he gets to cycle that one card every turn, because as soon as you make an attack, he recombos that card, puts it back into the Z energy for the next turn to ramp him one energy. I do like that interaction there.
And his leader does have the ability to gain double strike, so he can get +5 off the lead, +5 off the unison for I think it's a 25k double strike coming in. Off a leader swing. Not bad at all.
Getting the super combo power up, I mean, that's just a good card in itself.
Yeah, good old UI. Been good since been good.
I do feel like, I don't know, unless he needs the Z energy, I don't feel like his hand's in the best place right now. And unfortunately, he's not here for us to ask him about it. But I do feel like the comboing feels a bit much, but it does look like he needed the Z energy for it.
He's gonna go into his own in the name of hunger.
Hey, that works. Now, he can't ramp off it, unfortunately, but he uses to remove your Android 21 card.
Yeah, he's gonna remove my in the name of hunger, and I think a Piccolo as well.
I think he misses.
No, we talk about it for a little while, because here he's about to charge, realizes he can't, because he stacks the 1. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he did forget to remove a battle card.
I mean, it does sit into the bottom of your deck. You don't do a lot of shuffling, so it could have been beneficial to just get rid of a Piccolo for right now, at least less pressure on your following turn.
Yeah.
And here, you just do what Blue does and just has your negates for you.
Good old D magic. A Borgos in this game at any point would have been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
For either player.
So using the Zamasu to play out the Goku Black, which, like as you mentioned earlier, will start ramping him clones, which I think they have blocker due to the card on the board.
They'll have blocker on my turn. And then, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this Goku Black is only a 2 cost, so it'll just get removed off of the Spirits Destroys.
Now, this I feel like is very dangerous. Going into this turn with 2 life and fully tapped out. Now, this breaks down to having a blocker, hopefully having Dimension Magic, something else to kind of get your energy back up so you can start defending yourself more and more. I feel like once Blue gets in the situation, it gets rough.
Yeah, and fortunately for me, I know he doesn't have Baby Hatch because I saw the secret rare get charged earlier. So if there's a potential game-ending swing I have, and he negates, with this many energy up in Soul Striker, it can easily get Baby Aped.
Yeah,
So I'm feeling
I mean,
pretty good about my chances this turn.
and even if you baby ape and you don't kill him off that, your next swing, either with baby ape itself or the leader, restands those energy. You know, like you're not wasting a lot of resources doing a counter,
Right.
just
I'll,
gaining
I'll
a
s-
30 triple strike, I think.
yeah, and drawing a card, removing something. Not bad all in all. He's doing a good job of keeping me off of him with the blockers so far.
Forced to take that hit. Yeah. And at this point I feel like you're kind of like feeling in a good place.
Yeah. Him at 1 and completely tapped up. I know it's just a matter of building hand size and then ending the game. Probably should have used some of those Saiyan apes in my drop area before I did this, but my hand quality is pretty decent. Here we're just comboing up. 30.
I was to ask, like, is this one of those moments where you just kind of combo up just to remove cards in his hand and then tap all your energy to play one big boss monster?
Yeah, you just get big enough to force him out. You know, like make the attack just big enough that it requires a super combo or something like that. Here I just end up going into the boo unison. It's honestly, I think the one of the stronger cards I have access to that doesn't cost 7.
There's a cell followed by a
UI.
UI.
I think I draw for the UI as well. Super combo. Yeah, we're just going all the way out here.
I mean, as you should at this point. Like it's the last swing, he can't negate it with 3 cards left in his hand.
Yeah, and I've still got leader up, so that's 2 more energy. Like,
And back in the day, that would have been swing leader to tap forward to play another Majin Buu. But with that being said, thank you for opportunity. Keep in mind, there's buttons down below, links in the description. Check them out, and bye.